Just relaxing. I did a bunch of push-ups this morning and seated tricep. So I didn't do anything on camera. I'm going to make it a habit not to do most of my workouts on camera because that just, you struggle to act like you need to be motivated.
That's pathetic.
It's like, oh, I got to motivate now? No, I'm motivated all the fucking time. However, today I'm finishing up on my half pint. Now, this has been a whole week I've had this. One day I took a shot or two, and the next day I took the other whatever, and then here's the leftover. I'm going to drink it right now. Life's short.
So I did indulge in a few things. Right now I have no pump at all.
Whatever I did this morning, I already kind of walked off and kind of pumped. But so to speak, but now I'm just chilling. The sun kind of got covered by whatever these wispy clouds. My dad would have been able to tell me right off the bat. I'm not my dad, so.
Well, my dad would have been able to tell me right off the bat. You know, he'd be, oh, those are blah 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 serious or
every detail. He could have been a meteorologist. I mean, back then he had a lot of knowledge about storm movements and everything. But so I'm just trying to relax. Today I'm doing a video with maybe nothing on camera, but I'm probably going to hit some more shit after this. After I drink this too. A couple days ago, when I did do a couple shots of this, I didn't even put it in my video. I just said, when I am coughing some cigarettes. It's called a cigarette cough. If you don't know what that is, it's somebody who chain smokes. And throughout a week. So we tend to cough more. Now when you cough, you're tightening every fucking internal muscle. So just remember that. When you're coughing and you're good at it and you got good muscles to push in and out air inside you, then the coughing is actually a perk. Because it strengthens internal muscles you didn't even know you had.
probably and all kinds of shit. So
a lot of people say, oh, it's unhealthy to cough. No, it actually depends on what kind of coughing you're doing. I'm athletic, so my coughs are athletic. Like when I cough, my entire stomach tightens, my core tightens, my ribs tighten. Hell yeah, I love coughing. But not from shit I don't put in myself. Like from what's in the air, what's in the meats, the poultries. All bets are off when that shit starts happening. Yeah, I'm allowed to indulge in whatever chemical fucking shit I do, but don't fucking force one on me. Is what this video is going to be about. And right now, I don't use terms like woke or wake up, because back in the 80s, Jerry Springer had white racist fucking wake up America, and I just thought that was such a
lame fucking ass way to talk to people. It's like,
what do you mean wake up? How about this? How about I figure shit out on my own and you can be leaving out of the picture altogether. Like I'm for my culture, but I'm not for my culture to act like superior. You know, like fucking, it's great to be enthusiastic like you are that when you're like being athletically involved, like in a fight or something, you want to act like you're superior. You know, so of course, you know, you want to act like your race is the superior version.
obviously.
I mean, that's just going to go as an MO, but you don't run around trying to, you know, act like everything's got to be white, because some kinds of things, and mutts and dogs are some of the strongest. So if you got a mutt dog, it could be super fucking healthy. So just, I look at it like that, you know, so like some of the better gene pools are probably from mixtures. Not to say that I would like to fucking have kids that are half this or half that, you know, but there's a few girls I've seen out here that, yeah, I could potentially have a baby with them and just go, gosh, this kid's going to be fucking cool looking. You know, because that broad's cool looking and I'm cool looking. But, you know, I'm pushing that envelope. I'm 60, almost 1. I don't have a criminal record, so if it sounds like I'm posting my hatred for the government, no, I love America. America is the best place. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. The problem is, since World War II, a bunch of the Mengele types have paid into our government via the rocket program. So as a result of that, I can't really trust them at all. So we're talking about people who test you like a guinea pig all day long. Or else, fuck off. That's their attitude. So now, are they going to come out and act like Nazis right off the cuff? No. They want you to act stupid and rhetoric, if that's the word. They just want you to be like a chemical, kind of like when they put fluorine in the water for the Jew, to dumb their thinking processes down, slow their functioning down. We all know how these people work. Okay? So, rather than just point fingers at one entity and make it a loud case for it, just remember this: the entire world is engaged in nefarious activities on its population. Not just America. But America is tied into these countries and probably rules a lot of them when it comes to aerial dispersals, food dispersals. Now, does it mean those are the drop zones? No, the drop zones could be right here. Yeah, they manufacture in a third world country and then bring it over here and spray it. Because it's too risky to try to do it here or manufacture it here and get caught with your pants down. So these guys probably are, manufacturing these dispersals, and I say dispersals because it could be either biological or they could be chemical. And I think in these days it's going to rise, so it's a little bit of both. We got other countries that are sending shit across the ocean, and it lands the same way Mongolian dust does. It comes over and it kind of drops in California and disperses itself along the western United States. And that happens, and that's, in old days, we used to get diseases from Mongolia that would blow in the wind. And that probably, not just in the old days, but even now. Probably valley fever came from Mongolia. There's no telling. But in the meantime, and I don't know if I've ever had valley fever, but I did live in Vegas for a while. And stuff. Get a little closer to the camera. And I've been the route. I'm almost 61. I've seen things happen, and I'm not just doing the video because of weather dispersals and potential food dispersals. I'm doing this video so people recognize me as somebody who understands the dynamics. So I know the dynamics, and when they're odd, they're odd. When they're not, they're not. It's pretty. Okay? 2 and 2 equals 4 kind of principles. Visually, I can at least figure a lot of shit out without even having a remote view. And when I remote view, it's usually by authority only. I'm not allowed to just remote view just anything because I'm a warlock and we have rules. So if I was to remote view all kinds of shit, it's like a demerit. You get like a red slip and say, man, what the fuck are you doing? Kind of shit. Okay, I'm your commander, and that shit's gonna stop,
You get on track, motherfucker.
Oh, these guys are serious. They're you've already recognized that you've lived other lives. You've already recognized that this is kind of a parallel existence for you, and more of a staging unit. You're more of a staging unit. So since you figured this shit out, man, get with it. And don't fuck off and try to make up shit on your own. So, because they don't want you to be like an independent genie and use your powers to cause some disruptions. They don't want that either. So, because genies will cause disruptions. Not that they're by proxy super interested in this location, but when they get stuck up here, a genie is like a homeless person too, in the sense that if he's mentally corrupted and he's a genie as well, then it poses a problem, a threat. So genies are a potential threat, not like they're trying to kill humanity, but because they get stuck up here and kind of caught in the snooze box of mentally ill, higher ups, which is very scary. You know, can you imagine a super smart entity that is also mentally ill? You have potential problems. You know, so genies are real and genies are rogue. Warlocks are not rogue. We work within confines and restrictions and all kinds of shit. And so to remote view something, they would probably tell me not to do it, because then you'll just get a reputation for trying to remote view shit all the time, and that wouldn't go good on your YouTube channel. And I'm like, you're right. You're fucking absolutely right. Plus, I don't like to remote view, because when you do it, it causes you to get a little scatterbrained, and you want to remote view other shit now. Now you're fucking all of a sudden like a little curious monkey, you know, fucking like you gotta figure something out all the time, or else you can't get the motherfucking banana. So I don't fuck with that either. I am a metaphysical being. I do believe that biology is just the start, and then you metamorphosize into a metaphysical being. It doesn't mean you won't get, you know, have a trauma or die just because you're a warlock. That can happen, but they automatically have you set up in another body. As soon as you're dead, you're already in another body. So they already have a backup plan for if you do get killed. But most of the time, they protect you. They protect you because they're on call. You know, to fucking protect the warlocks in the solar system. And we're still doing a little bit of a kind of like a Securitas, fucking shitty security guard in a Walmart parking lot type of job. And they recognize that we're limited, but they still respect us if we respect them. So, at the very least, you try to do that. You know, because look, they're tied to terraformers. They're tied to life, encouragement of life, not defoliation or destruction of life. So, because of that, you kind of got to go with them. You cannot say that's a bad thing. You know, so I mean, I just cannot figure that as a negative thing. If they know how to control large populations way better than us, then yeah, you need to go in that direction. So currently, that's what I'm thinking, and I'm about to talk about what's up in our food and our air. Sometimes I do a little talking, might as well listen for a change, because I'm not just all about my calisthenics program. Sometimes I have things on my mind, and one of them is, you know, a lot of people are just very closed-minded, don't want to reach out and figure out what's going on with the government. The government has now introduced these nano fats into the, basically nano fats that they're using from the COVID inoculation in food. There's no way, I mean, these people are literally prepping you and trying to make you scarred to fucking resist. I love my government, but I don't love out of control government. So currently, you know, we got people ready to extinguish the whole entire population, not just from a dispersal in the air for whatever reasons. They think they're going to be so conclusive, and obviously it's a form of population control. But now it's in the food. So, like, I'm a health guy, and this pisses me the fuck off. Shut up, fella. I didn't take the inoculation for a reason, and now these motherfuckers have put in all the chicken breasts and meat now. So, I voted for Trump, but I'm not about any of this shit. This is worldwide Nazi scare tactics. Like, hey, don't fuck with us. We'll just, you know, infect your food and make you all fucking stay in your house.
Fuck off.
So, I mean, that's kind of like what's up, you know? I mean, it doesn't take a brain surgeon, rocket science to figure both of those out conclusively that, you know, there's a problem going on right now. So, one of the other reasons why I'm pretty, you know, stay busy is because of that. I mean, all the shit that they're introducing could be killing you slowly. You don't even know it. Shut up, Bella! Shut up! And, so, I mean, of course, I'm fighting by working out. Now, it doesn't mean that's going to fucking help what they're putting in the food. Doesn't mean that's going to help what they're motherfucking dropping in the air. And to be quite honest, I can't believe all since the 90s when we discovered these chemtrails were of covert installation into the aircrafts as well as dispersal achieved somehow with these unusual planes, which don't seem to have any other particular airport that I'm aware of where they come and go. And today it's pretty clear. We got some what look like potentially natural clouds, which is fucking weird. But in the meantime, like, I do a calisthenics channel for a reason, but once in a while I just get really fucking angry.
And I'm trying to figure out, okay, what's my next step? You know, do I want to go out like that?
You know, so like, I'm not the kind of guy that's just gonna go out and do something crazy or random or anything. But by the same token, you got all these people that would like you dead earlier rather than later, probably. And yet you're gonna kill it slowly. A lot of people say that the inoculation has killed immediately too, people that have taken it. A lady down the street, she got paralyzed right after she took the inoculation. And then the doctor or some doctor probably got paid off to say, oh, it's back compression, to make her try to like ease up on the lawsuit. So,
yeah, I mean, she can't, I mean, she barely walks right now. She's just barely starting to walk again.
And it's been this long, since like 2 years since she got the fucking inoculation. Anyway, so yeah, I'm, you know, of course, I'm upset. And I don't hear a lot of people talk about how upset they are about it. Of course, people are still out there dumb enough to believe what, because, well, not, I hate to say dumb enough, maybe they just grew up uneducated about fucking the sky. You know, my dad was a B-29 pilot, and his job was to check weather routes and stuff and look at clouds forming. He knew every fucking cloud. You know, you could say, okay, yeah, it's more likely better if we go above this storm because this is a... So, I mean, they would make on-the-fly decisions since weather control has initiated through the industrial complex, military. And the reason why is because it's you know, at first, so, oh, that's not threatening, they're just trying to make it rain. You know, everybody's so gullible. It's like, yeah, but ever since then, we've had nothing but horror stories about shit that comes out of the sky that doesn't belong there, and clouds, formations that are technically not cloud formations. So vapor trails disappear. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and give you the lowdowns on all the numbers and crunching the numbers on wind dynamics and or weather formations, but I will tell you this. When I was growing up, I could literally identify the clouds my dad was talking about. As I got older, I started seeing this other shit, and he would just kind of like go, yeah, it's a little weird. So he didn't want to get into it because I was a kid, and he didn't want to get me on a conspiracy mindset or whatever. You know, all nervous, but I used to say, Dad, those aren't normal clouds. And he would just kind of like clam up because he probably had some information about shit like that to this day he never shared with anyone in our family. So because when you're flying in a B-29 Flying Fortress, back then it was like the highest technology available. Okay, like the shuttle. I mean, you had to know what and you know, I used to consider him stubborn, but obviously they needed him for something. And being quiet was probably one of his better parts about things. So they were like, yeah, I'll hire him. Okay. You know, that's how they did things back then. It's like, yeah, he's going to keep his mouth shut. Okay. All right. So, I mean, yeah, even though he's my dad and everything, I'm sure there was things he could not talk about. That, you know, covert fucking operations. Even back then, there was stuff going on where they're trying to figure out, okay, if we can make storms for the fucking idiots over here, we won't have to deal with that area for now. But if we go over here, you know, they would make decisions like that on the fly. Covert fucking weather control. Even back then, they knew how to make a lot of clouds rain. And nowadays, they say they're trying to dry it up. The various metals, I think barium and various other kinds of metals, aluminums and everything are getting stuck in the needles of these trees and making them extremely dry. So these trees, I'm amazed, have survived, anytime there's a sign of dry trees, bark beetles will get to them and use them, and then they for sure die. So this, the stress levels of the trees are pretty high up when they're constantly bombarded by heavy metals. Now think about it though. If you're constantly bombarded by heavy metals in the air and it lands in the trees, and this has been proven, multiple different kinds of metals have been found in these tree needles and or leaves. And it's pretty obvious, that right now, kind of a cold war on bio and chemical warfare. They give it a break once in a while. You can see the skies are clearing up and there's normal vapor trails where they come out and then they die off. But when they don't die off, that's the, right there, that's the clue. If they don't die off and then they turn into some weird kind of shit that kind of looks like it's dripping out of the cloud practically, like rain, then you know it's a chemtrail. And those are the verified chemtrails. I mean, we didn't even have, we do have cloud effects like that, but never from a fucking jet cloud. Okay, because there's no actual things going on technically that would make that happen unless it was some form of dispersal. I just want to do this video because people, man, we really need to push in the right direction. And currently, there's no direction. We're all fodder. As soon as any government entity says we're a threat, they're going to disperse something and claim it's a bird flu or whatever, and you'll be locked up inside your house like a fucking bitch again. Even though Trump is in, doesn't guarantee this won't happen again. Because these elite are the ones that are really about, hey, let's act like we're wanting the environment to get better, the whole while we want to just kill the population. That's in my opinion.
You can share yours.